Have you ever noticed how some business owners seem to have it all? They're making great money, taking long vacations, and their business is running without them there. Meanwhile, others are working 60 plus hours a week. Their phones are blowing up nonstop, and despite making revenue, they still aren't taking home enough money. What's their secret? It's not luck or working harder. After helping businesses in over 40 different industries add 50 to 500K in profit to their businesses, I've discovered that this comes down to two things: self-managing teams and self-managing systems. Today, I'm going to show you how to install both into your business. We've all heard of working on your business versus working in your business. This really is the difference between a business owner who feels trapped by their business and a business owner who has achieved freedom in their business. When you're constantly working in the business, you're actually even more tied down than if you were to go work for someone else. Everything ends up relying on you, and you aren't able to hand anything over, which means you can't take vacations, you can't take time off, you can't even get sick or take a maternity leave when you have a baby. These are four pillars that are in every business, no matter what industry you're in. Every business needs to sell their product or service, deliver what was sold, and then they need to get new customers to sell and deliver to. And this is a cycle that's constantly happening over and over in the business. And then management is that fourth pillar here at the top, which holds this engine together. What ends up happening is the owner is down here bouncing around between these, right? Getting pulled in all directions. Hey, boss, what do you need here? Hey, what do we do here? Oh, I need to bypass here, and I must be the one to do this, or I must be the one to do this. And then you just feel like you're bouncing around like a ping pong ball all across the business. The ideal situation is to have the owner where they should be, which is up here in management. This is because your employees are specialized. You as the owner need to specialize in being the owner and being the manager. You are the one determining the future path of the business and what the next steps are that need to be executed by the company as a whole. The way you do this is by having proper metrics in place. Now, the key with metrics is you want to make sure you are tracking the correct things. What I want you to do to start is to track at least one number per pillar for now. For sales, you should at least have closed sales. For management, I would say that's where you would track your revenue, because that's the measure of the health of the business as a whole, is that money is still coming in. Without money, without revenue, you aren't going to last. For delivery, you want to track how much was delivered. Did X amount of widgets go out this week? Did X amount of social media assets go out this week? For marketing, number of leads. That's how you know if your marketing is working. I know we all hate meetings and we're all too busy to have meetings, but a weekly meeting is really important to assess these numbers all together as a team so that you can see what's working and not working in the business, and make sure you have a plan to catch anything like your leads being down or something like that. Most meetings fail because they don't have an agenda or they aren't actually necessary. If you've got a 10-person team that you are having a whole team staff meeting with, you are paying them all to be there. So you want to make sure that it's efficient and quick. This meeting should go over all the metrics in every part of the business so that everyone is on the same page and knows what's happening in the rest of the business. You should address any problems and what the solutions to those problems are. You want to share any wins, and then you can coordinate on actual action steps and who is doing what for the week. I had a client and we started tracking just simply revenue. When we started to see revenue dip, we immediately got into action. Okay, what's going on? What's causing this dip? And it was very easy to trace to a new hire. The revenue dipped as soon as the new hire came on board. This bad hire cost my client about $40,000 to $50,000 in revenue for the month. We caught it fast, and the next month he was able to get back up into the correct range where his revenue normally is. The thing is growth is not just enough. There needs to be profit there too. That's why we use the profit first cash management system with all of our clients. The idea with profit first is instead of your revenue minus your expenses equaling profit and you having to kind of wait for those pennies at the end of the day and call that profit, we set aside your profit first. So we take your revenue minus your profit, set that aside, and that equals your expenses. Now you have to learn how to run the business with what's left over. For this, you're going to need 5 bank accounts. The first is your income account, and that's where all of your deposits go to. The next next bank account is the profit account. So this is what we are setting aside that you get to distribute on a quarterly basis. The next account is the owner's pay account. This is the account that ensures you are getting paid regularly to cover your work inside the business in the day-to-day. The next account is the tax account. And when that tax bill comes, it is no sweat because the money is already there. And finally, we have the operating expense account. Now you are able to see what you are actually able to spend. With this system, you are literally guaranteeing that you are profitable by putting money aside into an account labeled profit. Don't touch it until the end of the quarter when you take half as a bonus distribution to yourself. This is how you ensure that you are profitable and you are not overspending in the business. Having all of these pieces in place in terms of the 4 pillars, the metrics, and profit first, that all is what's going to actually lead you to true freedom in your business. This also reminds me of my client, Chris. We were able to grow his side business 125% in 4 months. He ended up quitting his day job, and now just from this business, they have complete control of their lives and of their schedules. They're no longer tied to the stability they thought they needed from a day job. That's what makes me so happy with working with my clients, is seeing how every single one of my clients has now experienced finally getting to take some days off. If you're serious about building a business that runs without you, click the link below. It could change everything for your business.